Hello everybody and welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for some Sterling boys soccer as they take on the West Deptford Eagles. Current weather conditions 76 degrees, winds blowing northwest of 7 miles an hour with a humidity of 38%. Today's forecast, bright and sunny, very little clouds in the sky this afternoon. We'll look at the Colonial Liberty standings. West Deptford leads it with a 5-0 record, followed by Haddon Heights at 3-1, Sterling at 3-2, Haddonfield at 2-4, Haddon Township at 1-3, and then at the very bottom it's Collingswood at 1-4. Look at the game notes. West Deptford leads the series 8-7. Sterling last won on Halloween of last year, 2022. It was a playoff game. As we look at West Deptford last winning against Sterling in October of 2022. That was October 20th. Sterling this year outscoring opponents 12-6. West Deptford outscoring opponents 22-7. And West Deptford has won 3 of the last 4 games. Look at the Sterling stats leaders. John Bright leading the way at 6 points, 3 goals, no assists. Then it's followed by Rob Toomey and Quentin Rosano, both with 1 goal. But with Rob having 5 points and Rosano having 4. Jason Camardo also with 4, but also has 2 goals. Ortiz with 3 points as well. We look at the West Deptford stats leaders. Mason Quinton leading the way, 12 points, 4 goals, 4 assists. Nick Hartman behind him at 11 points, 5 goals and 1 assist. Nate Bassett and Riley Yerix behind them, both with 6 points each. And we are set for a very fun matchup between 2 very good teams to start off the year. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. What are you guys thinking for this game?
I'm expecting a very, very physical game. I'm expecting Sterling to come out the gate swinging because this West Deptford team is undefeated, which means they have not lost yet. So I think the Sterling wants to come out physical. They want to come out to score, and I think they want to come out to win. How about you, Strauss?
Yeah, I think this is West Deptford's game to lose, but I think Sterling's just going to play with an extra spark, just knowing how important this game is. If they win this game, they're right back in that division race.
Again, Sterling at 3-2, coming off of a very good win just a couple days ago here on this turf.
And I think if Sterling's going to win this game, they have to use their speed to their advantage. I think that's the best part of their game. And playing on the turf helps that because the ball moves quicker. So that's why you saw Sterling play a great game on Tuesday on this turf, or Monday, sorry.
And Sterling definitely plays a lot of midfield type of game. They kind of win their battles in the midfield. So if they can continue to do that against this very good West Deptford team, I think they're going to have a lot of success in today's matchup.
In the last 5 matchups between these 2 teams, each team has scored 7 goals against each other. First save there for Travis Schmid, who's coming off of a very good game just a few days ago.
And I know a lot of the Sterling players were telling me, Trav had to, get off his line a little bit more and play the ball just a little bit more, and that's a good example of Trav, getting out there and just getting the ball. And we're glad to see that he's making that improvement there.
All right, so Sterling with possession. They work toward the midfield. A nice takeaway by that West Deptford defense, and they'll take over possession, pass out towards midfield. They'll work with it right by the Knights logo. That's sent up the field. Beautiful pass. As West Deptford works toward the near side, trying to win a race. There is Nick Hartman. Right, John just trying to clear it. He does for now. Gets it out to Jason Camardo. He takes a fall. Still nothing called yet. Still in play. And goes off the leg of Camardo.
And if Sterling's going to want to win this game, they're going to have to win getting the breakaways on West Deptford's side. And they're going to have to get those breakaways. They're going to have to use their speed. Their set pieces are good, but it looks like West Deptford's players are taller, and it's going to be tough to get ahead on those balls on the set pieces.
A long throw-in that goes past Schmid, and a nice clear by Sterling. That was very dangerous, but a nice job by that Sterling defense to pull through.
Definitely looked like it just slipped through his hands there. And really just a simple mistake, but definitely a good recuperation from Sterling's defense. I think Dean Collins is the one to knock that out of there, the junior defender. So great play by Sterling's defense just to get it out.
Textbook definition of just picking your teammate up.
Definitely. I think that's what a good job this Sterling team does with that. I mean, they are just friends all along. They've probably played together in Tarkill, wherever they played. So these kids, they definitely know how to play with each other. And you can see a good example of that there. Travis not being able to get that, but Dean Collins just bailing him out.
Good setup here for the Eagles. That first shot misses wide to the right. Just couldn't get a good angle on it. And we'll take a look at the almost goal after the throw and slips through Schmidt's hands. That shot right there, a nice block by Dean Collins. Just throwing a free kick, sends it out close to about the 40-yard line. West Deptford working with it on the far side. It goes out of play.
And I definitely think one of the keys to this game, and what Strauss said I'm going to build on, I mean, they got to make sure that their speed, they have to really run that up. They got to press on the gas big time, because a lot of these West Deptford kids are in their senior year, and Sterling really only has 1 or 2 seniors on their roster, maybe 3 or 4, but they got to make sure that they play the physical game as much as they can, and if they can't do that, they got to make sure their speed is there.
Yeah, and like I said, the turf.
Ooh, a good setup here for Quentin Rosano. He's got some space. His first shot rolling right into the arms of Andrew Eagle, the senior.
Definitely shows his seniority there, showing that he was very calm, cool, and collected in that situation, and I think that was a great goalie play from Eagle.
Didn't get too much power on that shot. Really didn't get a chance. Nice job by the West Deptford defender to keep up the pace with Rosano.
Definitely shot it in a bit of an awkward angle too, but again, great defense from that West Deptford defender.
Yeah, and when you play at Sterling, especially now that they're playing on the turf, it's different for away teams to adapt to it, because most teams play on the grass, and the grass eats the ball up. The ball kind of glides on the turf, so it's a faster game, and that's how Sterling likes to play with their speed.
Here with some space is Jason Camardo. Now working against a couple defenders, just trying to get it out. And a nice sliding play there by Bleem.
Max Bleem made a lot of those plays during the Haddonfield game, and he really is just all around the field, whether it's on offense or defense. He's a great midfielder for their Sterling team.
So now West Deptford working with it on the far side near the corner. Toward the middle, that shot is scooped up by Travis Schmidt.
And Travis is going to be a big part of this game, as we saw him catch that ball there, but he's going to be a big part of how Sterling, wins this game, because West Deptford's going to pound them with shots. West Deptford has forced 22 goals so far this season, which is a lot for soccer. So you're going to have to see how Travis does with those.
Yeah, and having a player like Travis Schmidt, not only is he a great goalkeeper, he's a leader too. You can hear him yelling at his players on the team, setting them up so that they can get the defensive stoppage. So we have an offsides call.
Offsides penalty called on Chase Struzinski, the senior midfielder. Hearing a lot of communication on the far sideline by the coach Pete Marlies. That one booted away out towards the midfield mark. Sterling with possession, cleared up field. Nice job by West Deptford to get to it, but Sterling gets it back. Booted upfield for Rosano, but way too much power on it, as Eagle will just wait for it and scoop it on up.
Eagle coming off his line a little bit there, really good for him, showing he's been around here for a long time, and that was a great play by the goalkeeper.
And that clear just going right to the ball boy. He tried to switch the field.
Freshman Ryan Gallen with a great catch there.
And I think it's important for Sterling to stick to their game plan and not switch their game plan for West Deptford, because you see a lot of times teams will switch their game plan when they're playing a better team and they don't know how to play that game. If they just stick to their game, I think they'll be fine in this game.
All right, so West Deptford with possession. They move it toward the far side, out towards Yerix. Nice job by Garcia to get to it. A nice pass. Nice anticipation play. West Deptford with a chance, and the shot blocked. Nice play by Anthony Ortiz. It's Mason Quinton there who is attempting the shot. He'll also attempt this corner kick. That one goes over and will bounce on out of play.
That was a really well-placed corner kick. I mean, it just got to the outside post there, and the West Deptford offense just couldn't put it away, but definitely a very well-placed corner kick.
Yeah, in West Deptford, when you have a corner and you get a head on it, you're trying to aim your head down so that it goes down. They aimed it high and it went over the net.
So Garcia booting it on a line. West Deptford takes over right near the Knight logo. Sent up, taken away there by Bleen. That went upfield, but we'll get an offsides call. Might have been on Rosano.
Yeah, I think he definitely just led the ball a little bit, but we're seeing how Sterling wants to work their offense this game. They are sending a lot of passes up towards Rosano, and they're just hoping he can get a foot on it. Maybe not an offsides call, but some of these passes have just been a tad bit too strong, and we're going to get a kick from West Deptford here.
Nice boot, finds the head of Urix. Trying to get to it is Straczynski, but it will go out of play on the far side. Looks to be a West Deptford throw-in. Close to 10 minutes unofficially in this first half. Goose eggs on the scoreboard for both sides.
Definitely just been a big midfield game so far. We kind of saw this when Sterling played against Haddonfield. There wasn't really much pressure in the beginning from either team because I think they were just trying to feel them out. But I think as this game goes on and progresses, we're going to see a lot more and more.
I think we'll see a lot more action in the second half of this game.
Just like we saw against Haddonfield. Big 2 saves from Travis Schmidt as he gets another
nice
one there.
Diving play.
And there's a lot in front of the net there.
What a play by Travis Schmidt.
As I'm mentioning those 2 big saves, he makes another 3 big saves right there against that West Deptford offense. That was a phenomenal play from a phenomenal player. As we're going to get another look at him here.
He's pretty much just a magnet to that ball.
As we're getting a chance up here in the offense, Connor Meaner
gets away. That shot is good. What a play by this Sterling offense, and they strike first. It's 1-0.
That is what I like to call momentum right there. What a great save from Travis Schmidt to kick the ball up, find Connor Meaner as he weaves through the defense, and here he is against the goalie. Defense makes a great play. Goalie just can't connect, and Quinton Rosano just puts it right in the back of the net. That is a great all-around play from Sterling.
Yeah, and if you're West Deptford's goalie, you have to make that save there. He got a hand on it. You've got to corral that ball. You can't let Sterling get that ball back in.
And that play starts with those 3 big saves from Travis Schmidt. What a phenomenal all-around play from Sterling's defense, their midfield, and their offense, and Travis.
You cannot make that stuff up. 30 seconds ago, we saw one of the best saves of the year by Travis Schmidt. And then right there, one of the best offensive sequences we've seen from Sterling this season. And Connor Meaner to Quinton Rosano makes this a 1-0 Sterling lead. And that's a big goal against one of the best teams in this conference.
As we get the bird's eye view, they just catch the goalie out of his crease. And I mean, I guess that's going to happen when you play that far out of your line. But just a great all-around play. That is really good textbook soccer right there.
Yeah, and I think the most impressive part about Schmidt's saves, besides the saves obviously, is that he stayed in bound. He didn't let West Deptford get a set piece off of that. You know, obviously they, from the looks of it, they are the taller team, so set pieces are very dangerous. So it was important that Schmidt got that and got a goal kick out of it instead of a corner kick.
So that one booted upfield, goes off the head of Ortiz. West Deptford taking over.
Okay.
So about 12:30 in this first half, 1-0 Sterling on top against Sterling playing a 5-0 West Deptford team. Sterling 3-2.
And that's a great goal to start off with. Now knowing that, I mean, knowing that West Deptford's 5-0, you get that first goal. Now they have to equalize. They are now the less team. And a lot of the thing with soccer is that records don't really matter. We saw, for example, with Miami in the MLS once they got messy, they were still the worst team in the league record-wise, but that doesn't, show their skill. So that could show a lot with Sterling, and that could show a lot with West Deptford as well.
Yeah, and I think part of what makes Miami so dominant in the MLS is you see it in high school soccer too. When teams play Messi, they're scared and they try and change their game plan around him, and then they don't play their game. You saw with the Union, they completely switched their game plan against Messi.
I'm going to act like I know what you guys are talking about because I do not watch MLS.
Season ticket holder Connor Strauss here.
So is former Channel 19 announcer Johnny Wiggles. West Deptford here with a chance. That shot blocked, kicked away by Dean Collins. Ball's up in the air, juggled around, and eventually booted away by Garcia. West Deptford still working with it. Sent up the field. Pass intercepted there by John.
You can hear from the crowd mic, I think that's Travis Schmidt saying, boys, we got to get rid of this. They had that dangerously in their area for too long, and now that they finally got it out, that was a great play by Sterling's defense just to keep kicking it out.
Honestly, a good time to kind of catch their breath a little bit. Saw a lot of Knights running around in that sequence there.
A bit of a pinball machine type sequence.
Toomey with the throw-in. Goes through the legs of Maynard. Toomey with it, working against a few defenders on this near side, then sends it upfield. Up in the air, takes a bounce off the face of one of West Deptford's defenders. West Deptford just trying to clear it. They do for now as they try and get some open space. Nice backwards pass taken away by John. John with a nice pass, finds space there for Bleen.
And that was a nice clean tackle from John Bright there. Just a phenomenal play.
West Deptford switching fields. They'll work on the far side now. They might move toward midfield, in fact. Sterling's defense trying to get back. There's a shot. Rolls right into the arms of Schmidt. He'll fall down to kill a little bit of time.
Yeah, Travis has played phenomenal so far.
See our next TV game on the screen. That'll be tomorrow. Girls volleyball will take on Cinnaminson at 4:45. JV game will be played first. It'll be our first Channel 19 coverage of volleyball this year, so be sure to tune in. We'll be announcing from a different location this time. We'll be announcing from the newsroom.
That'll be fun. Make us feel like NBA on TNT. They announced from.
Comparing us to NBA announcers would be pretty high bar.
I think we're pretty close. Yeah.
That Sterling volleyball team coming off their first win of the year against Florence here at home not too many days ago, I believe.
And I've heard they've had a few injuries, which is tough, but they also are a little bit on the younger side, but they're still not an untalented team. That team is still very good, and they're looking to make a late playoff push late in the season.
So Sterling working with it on the far side. That goes out of play, so looks to be a West Deptford throw-in. 16:20 through this first half. 1-0 Sterling.
And I think Sterling's done everything that they are supposed to do against this team. I mean, I think Coach Marley's planned this beautifully against a really good West Deptford team.
Sterling with a 1-1 record here at home.
Yeah. And you see with like a lot of soccer teams, they like to attack the sides of the field and then try and get a cross into the middle and hope to get a foot on it. What Sterling does, they attack through the middle the whole time.
West Deptford 2-0 here on the road. Sterling here with some open space. Toomey working with it. Nice anticipation pass. That one sent up the field for Rosano. Rosano has some space. His first shot, no good. Tried to connect with Maynard. And a nice block there. Sterling trying to just stay with it for now. West Deptford getting back on defense, trying to keep it in. They will. Eventually goes out of play. We'll take a look at it. Nice job by West Deptford to get back on defense there.
And definitely just a little bit too powerful of a shot from Quentin Rosano there. It was very close, but just missed Connor Meaner's foot by a foot.
There you go, Dan.
Wordplay.
So West Deptford here with it. A little bit more space this time. They trail it 1-0 here to Sterling, trying to equalize. Cross toward the middle is blocked by Ortiz. We'll take a look at it here.
And that's just a great play right there. I mean, there's not much more I can say about that. Just textbook defense, but this does set up West Deptford for a corner kick, which could be dangerous.
Booted pretty nicely, and a nice job by Schmidt to get there. He scoops it up, falls down, and will allow his team to head out towards midfield.
And that's great communication from the defense and Travis there. I mean, just big heads up. I think that was Anthony Garcia just telling Trav he has to get on that, because if he doesn't, that could be trouble.
Skied high in the air, off the head of Blanco. Being juggled around, West Deptford ends up with it. They'll now work on the far side. Nice job by the offense to stay with it for West Deptford. Nice pass. They'll try and work toward the middle. Booted toward this near side. Stays in play. Nice job by Hartman to keep it in play for now. Trying to work toward the middle. A sliding tackle by Toomey. And we'll get a whistle here at the end of the play. Take a look at it here on the replay.
It looks like they're going to call it on Anthony Ortiz. It looks like he just extended the arm a little bit.
I think definitely the correct call there, though. I think he got a little too much of the body.
We saw not too long ago, Dan, referees for the Sterling versus for the Sterling game, the refs really let both sides play it out.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that this game too. I mean, there's been a little shoving, a little kicks, but I think the refs are just letting them have a good time, which I really like seeing, like this kind of thing. And that's a good block from the wall there.
And a nice clear there. Terrific job by that Sterling wall, as you said, Dan.
Textbook. That's exactly what you have to do in that situation. That was just a great play by the wall.
Yeah, and if you're the officials, as we get an offsides call, and
take a look at the free kick. It was Mason Quinton who was there. A nice block there by Maynor as it goes off his back leg.
yeah, and as I was saying, if you are the officials in this game, and as they were in the Haddonfield game, it's a high-intensity rivalry game. You kind of have to let them play a little bit, or else you'd be calling everything. There would be a whistle every 5 seconds.
Ortiz boots it away as we reach the halfway point unofficially here in this first half. Ball with a weird backspin on it, but West Deptford able to stay with it. And Maynor gets in there at the very end. Eventually goes out of play. It'll be a West Deptford throw-in still.
We have a few subs coming in. We have Wesley Reich, who scored the tying goal against Haddonfield, and Brett Bellows, who assisted him. We have Maynor Reyes, and we have Sean Kerrigan coming in for Sterling.
A couple of Sterling hockey players.
3. No, 2.
That one sent outfield. West Deptford just kind of froze up on that. They'll get another chance here.
West Deptford's pretty far away. I was there yesterday. It was like a half-hour drive.
Depends on the traffic there, and that's going to be an offsides on Brett Bellows.
Brett Bellows looking for a big play like he had against Haddonfield the other day. Assisted Wesley Reich on a very, very good pass and just got right on his foot. And definitely very far off was Brett.
Yeah, definitely easier to tell when you're playing out here on the turf, especially it being on a football field. Nice boot by Eagle, so he comes way out of the net. You talk about Andrew Eagle, the keeper, the Eagle for the Eagles.
And the Eagles also play in Philadelphia. 3 Eagles.
I don't think those Eagles have anything to do with these Eagles, but
it still has the name Eagles.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm not high-fiving you for that, I'm sorry.
Sorry, bud.
3 Sterling defenders collapsing in. It'll be another West Deptford throw-in. Throw-in was by Hartman.
I think I'll get him next time.
Bounce back, that's all you can do. There's a shot misses far right. Schmid just letting it go out of play.
Speaking of bounce back, I think that's what West Deptford is looking to do here. I mean, they've had a few opportunities on offense, none really causing a big disruption on the Sterling defense. So let's hope they can get something going here. It's been pretty quiet for their 22-goal offense.
Speaking of bounce back, that was a good bounce back from you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go Knights.
Great segue.
Go Knights indeed, as they lead at 1-0 here over West Deptford. West Deptford again trying to answer. They got a chance and a nice clear. That will send it out of play.
So take a look at the replay here. Sterling's defenders, they just kind of fall asleep. That could have been bad if that pass connected. But a great job by Anthony Ortiz to make sure that they get a free throw off that, not a corner kick. If he kicked that straight, it's a corner kick. You're in danger. Not saying that this is a bad set piece for West Deptford, but it's much better than giving them a corner kick.
You probably could have called that a corner kick.
That was a great throw.
It was.
We'll take a look at it from a different angle. Just goes off the knee.
Right through the uprights.
Bro thinks he's Jake Elliott.
Hey, who's had a miraculous season so far? 61 at that age is incredible.
That one booted nicely. West Deptford back with it on offense. About 24 and a half minutes unofficially through this first half. Sterling with a 1-0 lead, trying to give West Deptford their first loss of the year. West Deptford still staying with it offensively. And it looks like they might call that whistle on Garcia, maybe. Or no, sorry, that's Maynard Reyes.
It's a wonderful day for some soccer today.
It's beautiful out. The weather has been tremendous this week.
Sun is shining, birds are chirping. It's a great day for some soccer.
Nice boot and a nice grab by Schmid.
Still a little too hot for my liking. I love the cold, so.
But I love that save from Travis Schmid, I will say.
Was a really nice save from Travis Schmid. Way to come off his line and just get his hands on it. I mean, that's really all you can do as the goalie there.
Sterling calling for a handball, and I think they'll get it.
Yeah, I think Robbie Toomey just kicked it up, hit the guy's forearm. Definitely going to get the hand call there.
I don't know if you guys have noticed a difference in this officiating from last game, but if there's an offsides call, the officials last game would wait to call it until after the play plays out. In this game, they call it right away. Usually in the MLS and other pro soccer, you see them wait and let the play out before they call the offsides.
Reyes working with it in the corner. Jukes out a West Deptford defender, but West Deptford able to clear it. Sterling with it now. Here's Camardo. Pass to Brett Bellows.
Makes a very nice sliding tackle there.
West Deptford answers back on that sliding tackle with one of theirs. Sterling playing very quick and aggressive defense. Ball slipping around. Sean Kerrigan able to get it away, but now West Deptford has it. They'll try and stay with it now with more open space.
Definitely a great battle right by the bleachers here from Sean Kerrigan, making sure he kept control of that ball even while the West Deptford guy was kicking it around. So I really give him major props to Sean Kerrigan with that play.
Yeah, and if I'm the West Deptford coach at halftime, I'm stressing about how we have to capitalize on the opportunities. They've gotten the opportunities, but they need to capitalize on them, which is, of course, easier said than done when Travis Schmid is in net.
You can order a DVD of your favorite Sterling Channel 19 event. When you purchase it for $20 plus $3 for mailing, please include the name of the event and hit us up at the email seen on your screen as well as the phone number.
I love that song.
I do too. I love all of the copyright-free music that we use. It's very catchy.
They're very groovy. As we're looking in the back here, that is girls tennis. Having a great season this year. Coached by Coach Strauss.
Know him.
That one booted around. Sterling trying to clear. We'll get a whistle at the end. So we'll take a look at the replay.
And that's going to be a handball. And that was in the 18, so that's going to be a penalty kick for West Deptford.
This is a big opportunity for West Deptford here. Hoping to cash one in.
I think it was Wesley Reich who was trying to get the pass off of his head, but it was just unsuccessful.
It hit Sean Kerrigan, I think, right in the forearm.
Intentional or not, no matter what, that's going to be called a handball 10 times out of 10.
I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be... I don't think Wesley would intentionally hit it into his teammate's hands.
Yeah,
Strauss.
but you know what I was saying, Brian.
And I think senior Mason Quinton is going to take this penalty kick for West Deptford.
This kick very big for both sides.
Oh, sorry,
West
I was
Deptford.
wrong there. Nick Hartman is going to take this one for West Deptford.
West Deptford looking to tie things up. Sterling looking to keep a very important 1-0 lead. Takes a few steps back.
Trav is a great goalie, but one-on-one, like something like this, you never know what can happen.
It feels further away from Buffy.
And the kick misses off the pole, stays with it, and the shot is good, but we heard a whistle. And it doesn't look like the goal will count.
Does not look like the goal will count because it's going to be an offsides. I think that's an offsides.
We'll take a look at it. Goes off the post. And then Hartman, he stays with it.
I think after he shoots the penalty kick, he has to get back on sides before he can go for the ball again.
We're going to take another look at this here.
So you see, he takes the shot. As soon as that ball leaves his foot, he has to get back on sides.
Oh, wow. That is huge here for the Knights. Great analysis, Strauss.
As you hear Travis Schmidt telling the refs, like, you cannot do that, so that does make a lot of sense. Connor Strauss with a great analysis there, telling us, what's going on, because I think Brian and I up here in the booth were a little confused as well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the whistle was about at first. I was thinking maybe something happened that I didn't see, but that is huge.
As soon as he shoots that ball, it's back to a normal play. So he would have been ruled offsides because that's just a normal soccer play.
So Rosano is off to the races, but a whistle is called.
Definitely huge for Sterling, though, that shot didn't count.
And it looks like one of the defenders for West Deptford ran into his goalie and got tripped up. Subs for Sterling coming in. And you can follow us on Twitter /X at SterlingTV19. Find out whenever we go live here on the air. Highlights of all of our sporting events whenever we upload on YouTube. And much, much more. Again, you can follow us on Twitter for all events here at the Castle.
Now called X.
Indeed.
Shooting from the 25 there. West Deptford looking to make something happen here, because I think that's exactly what they are in desperate need of coming to the end of this first half.
That one just led a little bit too much there for CUNY.
Unofficially, 10 minutes left, a little under for this half. And I think West Deptford definitely would need a little spark to take into the second half, because they are looking a little defeated right now.
Yeah, it'd be very important for West Deptford to at least tie this one up going into the half, because then you can, it's pretty much a new ball game at that point when it comes to discussing what you can change about your game plan.
Once it's 1-1, it's a 0-0 ball game all over again.
Exactly. Here's Reyes. He's looking for Rosano, but it's cleared away by West Deptford. Sent up the field. Reyes trying to work with it. Now West Deptford working on this near side, sends it upfield.
Just a little too hard, but they got that pressure on Anthony Ortiz to make him kick it up.
Ortiz skies it, bouncing around. Sterling trying to put pressure here on this West Deptford offense. Might lead towards a mistake. That pass was blocked and eventually goes out of play, blocked by Dean Collins.
overall, this has been a very competitive half between both teams. I think West Deptford has actually had better opportunities, but Travis Schmidt has just came up huge in all those moments.
Yeah, Sterling, when I'm really thinking about it, have not had too many shots on goal, but the times that they have, for the most part, they've made it count.
Sterling has really won the midfield possession aspect of this, but what they do is that they dump it deep immediately. They don't try and work anything up around the offense. They kind of just dump it deep for their attackers to go and get, and then try to work something. But if that attack doesn't work, that dump deep attack doesn't work, you can't get any offense.
It's kind of a hockey strategy, the dump and chase strategy.
Dump and chase strategy.
There's a nice clear there by Sterling. It'll be a West Deptford throw-in.
The running gun passing offense in football.
You don't see the dump and chase much in soccer, but when you have as much speed as Sterling does, it works.
It does work.
David right here with the throw-in. A very nice throw. Bounces over the pile there.
A few bodies hit the floor there.
I've been very impressed with West Deptford's set pieces in this first half. It feels like everyone has been a great scoring opportunity. They just haven't capitalized.
They are.
Zooming down the field. There goes Maynor. Maynor sends it up. But no one there for Sterling. It'll be scooped up by Eagle.
And a good example of that just dump and chase offense. I mean, they didn't really try to set anything up in the middle. They just kind of pushed forward, and they just looked like a football player out there to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, and just kept going.
I mean, technically, Dan, he is a football player.
True.
So and booted away by Collins, but Eagle will snag it.
Johnny Wiggles would say it's called football.
Former Sterling Channel 19 announcer.
Sliding play. Beautifully done by Wiley.
But again, just a little too hard there. They've had a few of those opportunities where it's just been a little too hard off the foot and just out of reach. And another one just out of reach of Quentin Rosanna.
It hit his shin.
West Deptford seeming to move at a bit of a quicker pace here in these final few moments as West Deptford will make a substitution. Reyes skies it. Goes into the stands. Watch out.
It usually...
You follow us. Or no, Strauss, you go ahead.
Thank
You
you.
do the promo.
Find us on Facebook at Sterling Channel 19. I can't see what the ad is because it's too small on our monitor, but...
You can catch all our sports, you can catch all our events on Sterling Channel 19's Facebook.
All right, I'm never letting Strauss do a promo again.
That was bad.
Because you... Yeah, even Kay's booing you in the headset. Boo!
But let's get back to some soccer here. Around the 19, Anthony Ortiz is going to kick this one off.
See again on our screen. Next TV game will be tomorrow, Thursday, as girls volleyball will take on Cinnaminson. That'll be at 4:45 live on Channel 19.
You know, guys, can't wait for that game.
I want to cover some volleyball. I've been wanting to cover some volleyball all season long.
I will be there.
I am really excited to commentate it from the newsroom.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that is going to be a lot of fun.
Trying
something
Of course,
new.
like those pregame shows for TNT. You see that a lot. ESPN.
Prime
Now
Video
Sterling
now.
Channel 19. Next up.
You'll catch us there tomorrow. 4:45.
4:45. It's late.
The Sterling's football team will take on Collingswood on Friday.
Should be a great game. Always a great rivalry game. I think that actually used to be Sterling's Thanksgiving game. Did so.
West Deptford here with some space. Sent up the field. Unofficially 4 minutes remaining in this first half. Nice clear up the field looking for Reich. West Deptford getting it back. Now taken away by Camardo.
Definitely interesting what Sterling's doing here. I mean, their two attackers are Wesley Reich and Connor Maynor. So it's very interesting to see how Sterling is sending two freshmen out there to be their attack.
Take a look here at the replay. And Sterling fans here looking for a little bit of a flop, but the refs didn't see it.
I definitely think he roughed them up a little bit. It could be a 50-50. I think the refs ultimately.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a toss-up there, but I can see why they made
I think if they didn't make that call, West Deptford would be angry. So
Either way, you're
either
making
way,
someone
yeah,
mad.
you're making someone mad, and it's just the tough job that refs have to do.
I do think that was the right call, though. There was obviously contact.
See a whistle there. It'll be offsides on West Deptford.
Definitely just a tad offside there.
Yeah, you could.
They had 4
You could
defenders.
say so. About 3 Eagles offsides there. It'll be Ortiz to boot it away. Final few minutes left in this first half. Unofficially, of course. Sterling with a 1-0 lead trying to add on.
And definitely you're seeing a lot of that dump and chase offense again from Sterling. They're kind of just getting it in there and sending the dogs in. So here they go again.
There goes
Connor
Maynard racing up the field. Cross toward the middle. And no one really there for Sterling as West Deptford will send it back up.
Yeah, I think Jason Camardo and Quentin Rosanna were already too far up. Connor Maynard didn't know where they were.
It was a nice move by CUNY to send it back. That one being juggled around.
I would love to see later in the season the super fans pop out to some of the soccer games. Obviously, in soccer, it's a big tradition to have a great supporter section at all the games. Seeing the super fans here would really be something cool.
A playoff soccer game here on this turf
Would be amazing.
would be incredible.
That would be
with
awesome.
additions of the super fans, that'd be electric.
Get them at drum.
And they will be playing again on this field on Monday night.
They play Abzigami, I think.
I believe so. That'll be at 7 o'clock.
Senior night.
It'll be their senior night.
During the Philadelphia Eagles football game, too, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Oh, and here we go.
Here's a chance for West Deptford and a nice block by Eagle to save. A Sterling goal right there. We'll take a look at it.
A great chance by Sterling. He was wide. He had a whole net. Jason Camardo did have to make a decision quick. That is a great play by the senior, Andrew Eagle. Just getting his leg down, making a great save there. Very big bailout for West Deptford. Almost similar to what Travis Schmidt did against Haddonfield when they were down 2-1, and just trying to get that momentum as we're going to see it again here. Connor Maynard just beats his defenseman, sets Jason up right away. Kind of caught West Deptford's defense sleeping, but just a great save by Andrew Eagle.
Yeah, great job by Eagle to cut down the angles that Sterling had to shoot there. Obviously, if he was going to score that, he had to shoot over the goalie, which is exactly what you want to do as a goalie in that situation.
A bit tough on the run, too, to shoot over the goalie, so I think Jason Camardo just kind of had to put it on net there.
One of the best sequences from the Knights we've seen offensively today, besides the one goal he did score. And it was a good shot by Camardo, just a nice job by Eagle to get there. I mean, and that goal, or that what would have been a goal for Sterling, that would have been huge. A 2-0 lead going into the half against a 5-0 team is ginormous. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
Unofficially some extra time here as we get past the unofficial 40-minute mark.
I think they'll blow the whistle as soon as he kicks us off. I throw it.
Yeah, I don't think still in play. We are at extra time.
Unofficially.
I think they're giving him one more chance here. I think Sterling's wondering why the whistle has not been blown yet.
I think most of the players, even for West Deptford, were wondering why.
And that's
Nice
a
sliding play by Travis Schmidt. He'll roll it.
And even though this half may almost be over, that's a great play by Travis Schmidt. It's not over till the final whistle blows, as that's a great play by West Deptford's defense there too.
I think Sterling was hoping for a chance. Whistle still not blown, approaching 41 minutes. Again, this is an added time, unofficial time as well.
And this is the most dangerous part of any soccer game. When they are in added time, everyone's just ready to go to half, but one team, they could get a boost. Is that only one whistle?
I think there's a chance we get a card. I believe for the kick going out of bounds.
Could have been the West Deptford coach.
Yeah, it did look like that as well. I don't know who exactly it's addressed to.
That's what it sounds like. It seems to be. It looks as if he's being very vocal there on that sideline. We'll get a Sterling 3-man substitution as the West Deptford coach seems to be talking it over with one of the refs. Still waiting for a West Deptford throw in here in added time. Throw in by Wright. Toward the middle, Sterling juggling it around, just trying to clear it away. And they do so. Here's some space here for Bellows. Set up the field.
Just a little too powerful for Jason Camargo to get there. We've had a lot of those for Sterling where their pass has just been a little bit too powerful, because there's a whistle there on Robbie Toomey for a little bit of a push. As West Deptford's running this, I guess I'm going to use a football terminology here, hurry up offense. They just want to get this ball down the field before the whistle blows, knowing that there's little time left.
Nice takeaway there by Sterling. They'll send it upfield.
42 minutes unofficially.
Yeah, and West Deptford can keep playing this even if the time is over until Sterling gets it past that 50-yard line.
I think Sterling's definitely going to look to do that here.
Waiting a Sterling throw in here by Robbie Toomey.
If you're Sterling, you don't want to get pretty before half. And there's the...
That is going to do it. Here for the first half, we'll take a look at the goal that gave Sterling their 1-0 lead. It was a great setup there by Sterling and a nice job by Rosano to finish it off. And a great half for the Knights.
As we get another look at it here.
A great setup by Maynor and a great job by Rosano to finish it off. We go to the second half. Sterling on top of the 5-0 West Deptford Eagles, 1-0.
That was a great half. Talk about half.
Great job.
Sterling High offers TV and radio classes for electives. Sterling is also fortunate enough to have both TV and radio programs. In these programs, students will learn to design, direct, produce, and edit television and radio broadcasts. Students develop their public speaking, journalism, management, and technical skills by appearing on the Sterling Morning News on Channel 19 and on our radio station, WSHS. Students produce, edit, and deliver school programming, including athletic events, activity, productions, and community events. If a major in communications is in your possible future, Sterling High School offers opportunities not available in most high schools across South Jersey. Make sure you take a TV or radio class elective today.
Bullying, no matter the circumstances, someone will always be there for you.
Over 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day in fear of being bullied.
Stop bullying and be united.
This is Stop It.
Stop It is an anonymous app where you can report any instance of bullying against your peers.
You can also use the Stop It app to alert staff members if someone is contemplating harm to themselves so they can get help.
Stop It is easy to use. Once you open the app, you have to enter your school's access code.
Our code is SHS Knights.
Once you open the app, you can hit the Submit a Tip function to explain the situation and send a video or photo evidence.
You can be the answer.
You can help someone in need.
You can stop.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, What you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me. Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? I never got it. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. I'm not first.
Then you should adjust your seat or mess with the radio before driving. Buckle your seatbelt. Also, remember to turn your lights on to avoid hitting deer or ignorant pedestrians. Ignore the phone. It can wait. Keep in mind that you're not the only one on the road. Remember, you should always be aware of animals.
Guys, put your IDs on.
Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brayden, you
You're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker. No, I'm okay.
You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. The Sterling Silver Knights taking on the West Deptford Eagles. Sterling with a 1-0 lead over West Deptford. West Deptford, a 5-0 team heading into this game, 2-0 on the road. You see Ben waving at his own camera. Ben, get back to your camera, you silly goose. But we are ready to get this second half started. Both teams out on the fields. Sterling again with a 1-0 lead, ready to start this second half. That goal scored by Quentin Rosano, the junior. Take a look at the goal. Scored by Rosano, a good setup by Connor Maynor, and a great job by the Knights to get on top of West Deptford as they'll look to hopefully add on and prevent West Deptford from making this a tie ball game.
You know, Connor, I know you watch a lot of soccer. I know you watch a lot of Union. What's something, if you were West Deptford, that you'd want to improve on for the second half?
If I'm West Deptford, I want to make sure that I get more crosses into the middle. They're playing the outside well, but they got to make sure that they're moving more into the middle and getting better opportunities on Schmidt.
And I think if you're Sterling, you just got to stay back. You know, your defense has to do their thing, and their offense just has to keep, pushing in as much as they can and provide pressure for mistakes from West Deptford.
Yeah, but also if I'm Sterling, I want to make sure to not let up. You got to keep that offense going. You got to get a safety goal because a 1-0 lead is never safe, no matter the sport.
But I mean, the way West Deptford's offense has been going, they've had a lot of opportunities. I think way more than Sterling has. So I think eventually, if they keep those opportunities up, one of those goals is going to happen. And a bit of a ball handling mistake right there by West Deptford. Sterling getting some good field position.
Yeah, which is why I think Sterling really needs to get out quick in this half, and they need to get what I like to call an insurance goal. Give them some padding going into the rest of this game.
With some space, a nice pass, and they're going to call him offsides.
Just hit off right off the top of his toe. Nothing he could have done there.
I don't think he was offsides.
It was close.
It was definitely close.
Some fans, I don't think, were agreeing with it. Moved upfield, West Deptford looking for some space. They'll just send it back towards Eagle, who's had pretty impressive first half.
I also think he blew the whistle way too early. Usually you let that play out.
But I mean, these refs, compared to the refs from a couple days ago, they haven't really been doing that. So I think they're just trying to stay consistent for when they're blowing their whistles in this game. So Sterling takes over. That one booted up in the air. He was looking for Rosano.
Sterling looking for a handball there. I think that did hit off his hand, but they're not going to call it.
Yeah, I think the refs just missed it.
I think the Sterling section is a little unhappy with that call.
Which, I mean, is justified. I think that for sure hit off of his hand.
We're hearing words from the West Deptford coach on the crowd mic.
Yeah, he's been fairly vocal.
Yeah, trying to tell his players, get back in the game there. I think that's what they got to do. I think they're letting up a little too much pressure from Sterling right now.
I think he does have a yellow card, by the way. So
that was awarded to him.
I think that was awarded to him. So funny story about that. My mom coached soccer for years. She got red carded one game and had to watch the rest of a game from a hill.
Is that how that works? They have to walk off the field?
They have to leave the perimeter.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
He's not getting bent. I can't believe it.
I just hope that she is not listening right now.
Well, we'll make sure she finds that.
As we hear from
it was either my mom or my grandpa, but I'm sure it was my mom.
Highland teacher, Mrs. Strauss, if you're listening, we love you, Mrs. Strauss.
Hey, Ben. But glad you're with us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLernan, joined here by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss.
Pleasure to be in this booth with two amazing gentlemen.
So about 3 minutes unofficially here in the second half. Across toward the middle, and a nice jumping grab by Travis Schmidt, who has been absolutely on fire to start this game out.
And he's been locked in since the start of this game. He's had a miraculous performance today.
That one booted away and goes out near the Sterling bench.
You know, Connor, almost Andre Blake-esque.
I was just about to talk about that. In terms of his leadership on the field and how he's playing, it reminds me a lot of Andre Blake and how he plays the game.
And West Deptford, they're called for offsides. We've seen a lot of offsides calls here today.
He's not offsides because at the point of him passing the ball, he was onside. So the way that onside works is when the ball is passed, as soon as the ball leaves someone's foot, if everyone is onsides, then it's an onsides.
Well, Kay doesn't agree with that.
Kay does not agree with that, but
whatever the ref calls stays, Strauss. Could be wrong.
It's all about the guys in the highlighter shirts.
100%.
If I could get another look at that replay.
Well, currently there is the game going on, Strauss. I don't think we're going to get there.
He wants Matthew Strader, the replay guy, to do all this work. West Deptford here looking for a chance. And a nice clear by Anthony Ortiz.
Oh, and here comes, speaking of the work, Connor Maynard working his way up the field.
Yeah,
West Deptford defense with a great recovery, though.
It was a good pass there to Maynard, but pretty much he was the only Sterling player who was right there. 3 West Deptford defenders were able to collapse in on it. That one's sent upfield.
All right, so pause it right there. The ball is being passed right now. He's onsides as the ball is being passed because Sterling defender is further up the field than the West Deptford player. So even if he is offsides while the ball left the foot, he was onsides as the ball was being passed.
Brian, I think we're just going to have to let Strauss talk about that one.
Yeah,
I don't think we can say much about that.
I agree with you, Dan. I think we're just going to let
silence
Strauss
from Kay
talk
on the
about it.
microphone. I think he just got served.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yep, the guys in the highlighter shirts called it, and that's what it is, Strauss. He is not happy about it.
So Sterling...
We're going to get another look at it here again. Strauss. Oh, that's live.
That one's set up the middle of the field.
Whoopsies.
And a nice clear by Jesus Blanco. West Deptford able to stay with it. Nice block. West Deptford still with possession. Quinton passes it toward the far side. Quinton still with it. Gets it cleared away. Out there towards CUNY. Bright John just trying to keep this one in. It does stay in and cleared away. Skied in the air by Ortiz.
A great hustle play from Bright John there.
Pass up toward the middle of the field. A nice pass, but couldn't really corral it well. West Deptford still staying with it. Crossing towards the middle. Nice speed by CUNY.
And a great defensive play by Anthony Garcia there.
Quinton takes a fall. That one's sent up far up the field, and Eagle will eventually scoop it up.
I've liked Sterling's approach this half. I think their offense has been better, and they've been good in the midfield again, which obviously has been the highlight of their season, is how they play in the midfield.
And I think that's something Coach Marley's definitely tries to force to this Sterling team. That's where they kind of dominate most of the games. So if that doesn't go well, you know how the game's going to go, but most of the time, that's when they're pretty dominant.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that's the most important part of soccer, is being dominant in the midfield.
Speaking of midfield, that's where West Deptford is right now.
Literally, right at the 50.
Just trying to open things up here. Nice play there by Urix trying to keep it in.
And Urix has been making a lot of those plays this game. I mean, he's been fast down the field, very aggressive, almost like Connor Maynard for Sterling, but, you know, the West Deptford version.
Garcia clears it up towards midfield.
I wonder if those yard markers... Oh, sorry, Brian.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I wonder if those yard markers throw them off.
I mean, it could be. It kind of seemed like that in the last game.
Like, if I see the thick white line, I'm thinking that's out of bounds. I think it's important to attack the edges because you have more space than most people would think because they're so used to seeing football on this field.
Take a look at the replay there. That pass was a bit too far upfield, but a nice job by Schmidt to get there.
That was a great play by Robbie Toomey to keep that ball on the ground there as they lead for Quentin Rosanna just a bit too hard.
So that one a bit too hard. Eagle scoops it up. About 8.5 minutes into the second half unofficially. Sterling still with a 1-0 lead, trying to give West Deptford their first loss of the year. Again, West Deptford coming in 5-0. Sterling at 3-2, looking for a big upset. West Deptford outscoring their opponents 22-7. Sterling outscoring theirs 12-6.
Sterling again keeping most of their game in the midfield. I mean, anytime they've gotten in the offensive zone, it's been from a dump by the defense, and I think that's just what they're going to try and do for the rest of this game, unless something happens to where they have to switch it up.
West Deptford still with offensive possession. I'd say they've dominated time of possession throughout this game to this point.
And that's a big part of soccer, but Sterling's defense being so well and their midfield being so dominant throughout this season, time of possession doesn't really become a factor.
You can subscribe and hit the bell icon when you follow Sterling Channel 19 on our YouTube page. Whenever we go live, you can stream all live sporting events, as well as all of our commercials and stuff going on here around the castle. Again, you can find that and more when you subscribe and hit the bell on Sterling's YouTube channel.
Is that new music on the promo?
That might be. I don't recognize the music, but Kay's saying yes, it is.
Dan was loving it up in the
I think
booth.
it was pretty good.
He was getting jiggy with it up here in the booth.
No.
So Toomey loses it there. West Deptford able to keep possession. Nice job by Bellows. But then a whistle is called.
A great hustle play by Brett Bellows. I think he just extended the arm just a tad bit much there.
That's unfortunate there for Sterling. West Deptford now with good field position. Cross toward the middle. That one eventually goes out of play. He was looking for Riley Urix on the far side.
And I definitely think that was a smart play from Travis Schmidt just to stay in his crease there because you have the option to come out and play that ball. But I think him just staying on the post there was definitely the move.
Take a look at the coaches here for the Knights. You see Marley's, and then you see the two assistant coaches, Behringer and Goffredo.
Three Musketeers.
I love that. Uh-oh. So I just got word that Mrs. Strauss is calling you a liar, Connor.
Uh-oh. It might have been my grandpa, but I remember hearing that story from her.
Nice boot up field on the far side.
But I don't think I'll be getting fed dinner tonight.
I heard she's changing the locks on the front door, too. There's room in the shed for you.
There might be room in the shed for me to sleep tonight. My mom said she got one yellow card.
Well, I don't think Strauss is getting allowed back in the house tonight.
He'll be fine. He'll survive.
Well, at least I'll be at Dan's house for a little bit.
Maybe you'll get fed dinner there.
No.
Oh. Well, Strauss, I don't know what to tell you.
Might have to pick up dinner for myself tonight, I guess. It was my grandma who got a red card and had to watch the game from the hill, we're hearing. So I knew it was someone in my family, but I went 0 for 2 earlier.
And you're still 0 wins now.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
So West Deptford going to get a free kick here.
You know, I think Sterling has played a little bit more physical at the start of this half here. They've had a few whistles, a little bit more than Haddonfield. I mean, if we remember, there wasn't much whistles during that game, but
Quentin boots it away, and it just goes through everybody and goes out of play. Schmidt takes a fall.
Another one where 3 people fell during that whole equation. So this game's getting a little physical for both sides here. So we see the replay.
Schmidt was on the ground for a little bit after the play ended. I think he just took a...
And I don't know who that was for West Deptford's offense that did get ahead on that ball, but they did the right thing. They just waited too long to move their head.
Just went wide of the net.
Looks like they were winding up to move it towards the net, but the ball came too fast.
Ortiz boots it. Sterling trying to take possession back, putting pressure on this West Deptford offense. Nice job by Wright to stay with it. It goes out of play.
West Deptford has definitely been a lot more towards, I'm going to use the football lines here, the 30, the 20, and the 10 as of this half starting, and they've been very aggressive on the Sterling defense, which is what I think they need to do.
And a nice job by Schmidt to come out of net and attack that ball, make a nice grab. We'll take a look at it.
Just a calm, cool, and collected grab from Travis Schmidt there.
Nice angle from our bird cage.
Dan, you like saying that, don't you?
Calm, cool, and collected?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it was. Was it not?
No, I'm just saying, you like saying that.
It's a cool thing to say.
It's a calm, cool, and collected thing to say.
Hey.
That one's sent up field, now working on the far side. A nice pass.
Your mom got a red card, Strauss. So I want to hear it.
Ooh, we got a little beef going up here in the booth.
Oh, I love Strauss.
Okay, that's good. As do I.
Dan and I are going to the gym after this. Brian, if you'd like to join us.
I'm okay, thanks. I have to go get my car.
Oh.
Oh, it's back.
It is back. My car was out of commission for a bit. It was a big pain in the butt, but
guess who's back?
The McLean Mobile is back in commission, hopefully for real this time.
West Deptford looking to get back in commission here. It gets Sky back to their defense.
We'll try and keep their foot on the gas.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm real proud of myself right there.
That was a great one.
We'll see if they can answer back. That shot is blocked. A nice play by Travis Schmidt. Working toward that left post. And a nice block shot will keep this game at 1-0.
And you know, I think if Travis Schmidt was not in net in this game, this would be a completely different game for Sterling.
Yeah, and that was
having a great performance.
Not only was that a great block by him, he was able to stop a rebound from getting. He corralled that all by himself. So there was no rebound because the West Deptford player was right there if he gave up a rebound.
And that keeps this game a 1-0 game, which is very important for Sterling to hang on.
Couple minutes away from the halfway point unofficially here in this second half. Ball juggling around, cleared out toward the middle. Trying to get it to Bellows, I believe. Still being juggled around. West Deptford trying to take possession back. And now Reyes with some open field. Passes it to Wright, gets away from Wright there. Working now toward the near side is Reyes. A little shove, it goes out of play. It'll be a West Deptford throw-in. You can subscribe and hit the bell on Sterling Channel 19's YouTube channel. Find out whenever we go live, all the sporting events and other events going on here at the Castle. Some commercials and PSAs as well. Again, you can find all that and more when you subscribe and hit the bell on Sterling's YouTube channel.
Some groovy music in the back of that promo.
Loving the music.
Rosano was trying to stay with it. Dan was trying to make his own beat. Set up the far side. West Deptford trying to keep it in. They cannot. Good attempt by Nick Hartman, but will now be a Sterling throw-in. And our next TV game is tomorrow, Thursday, as girls volleyball will take on Cinnaminson. That'll be at 4:45. Coverage live on Channel 19. First volleyball game being covered here on Channel 19 this season.
And first game being covered from the newsroom.
Indeed, we'll be trying something different. Hopefully it goes well.
Very excited for that.
As am I. Always looking forward to doing something new on Channel 19.
Always looking forward to do something new in general.
Indeed. West Deptford here with an offensive chance. Nice collapse by this Sterling defense. Trying to stay with the ball. They regain possession.
That was a great game from Kerrigan. A great play from Kerrigan. Just a phenomenal defensive play. Textbook defense.
Quick throw in by West Deptford eventually goes out. And possession will change over to Sterling, I believe, as Sterling will make a three-man substitution. You see over there, Sterling football team getting ready for Friday night's game as they'll take on Collingswood. We'll have that live covered on Channel 19 as well.
As we see Coach Wiggins talking with James Hall, the running back for Sterling.
Hall easily one of the most talented players on that Sterling roster. He's had a great season so far to this point, both offensively and defensively. He's made a couple big plays on both sides of the ball.
He had a major touchdown against Lindenwald and had a huge hit against Camden. Knocked the lights out of one of the dudes.
That one goes out of play. Their student section for the football team will be with a 2000s theme.
They actually just changed it. It will be neon themed.
What?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, guys.
I don't have anything neon.
What?
What are we
Why?
supposed to do for that?
I
Well,
work
the
at a
refs
nice
have them. Maybe we can borrow some of the refs' jerseys.
Yeah.
Dan's been calling them highlighters all day, so.
Brian has
I
too.
did too.
I'm sorry.
They're just in the highlighter outfit. They're not highlighters.
So that ball being juggled around, West Deptford just trying to clear that one away.
I don't know if I'm rocking with neon. I wanted 2000s.
I think 2000s would be really, like, I think kids could get super creative with that, you know?
I think Western, the first one, was the best idea, though. I would have loved
That's
that.
what I was saying.
That would have been fun.
Get some cowboy boots on. Nice Western style hat.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Gonna take my...
Can't sing that. It's copyrighted.
Gonna take my pony. No, I was gonna sing Kay Asking to the hotel room, but it's Old Town Road, Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus. But
we've now reached the halfway point in this second half, unofficially, of course. Sterling still on top of the Eagles, 1-0. West Deptford now looking for a chance. Pass toward the far side. Trying to set up a play, cross toward the middle. A nice save once again by Travis Schmidt. He has been a force in that goal today for the Knights.
what it just, I mean, another just textbook save from Travis. I'm running out of things to say about him because he's just done everything for Sterling on the defensive side of the ball, so he's having a phenomenal game.
Yeah, I agree, Dan. There's really not much you can even say about Schmidt at this point. He's made pretty much every type of save in the book. It has been it has been an honor to watch him in the net today. Hopefully he can continue that.
You know, it's been an honor to watch him, the past couple of years. He's always had this type of intensity, and either whether or not it's on the court for basketball or in the net for soccer, he's always just been, a great athlete. He's doing a great job.
Also great on the basketball court as well.
Yeah, yes. And in our time at Sterling, we've seen two of the best goalkeepers Sterling's boys soccer team's ever seen. You went right from Joey Lomas to Travis Schmidt, so we've been lucky with goalkeeping.
That's a big part of, having a successful team is having a very successful goalie.
Off to the races and a nice clear.
That's a great play by Maynard Reyes there.
That was Dean Collins, Strauss, the junior defender.
My fault.
Some great speed shown off by Caleb Delaney, but a nice job by Collins to catch up with him.
I heard someone in the stand say Maynard, so I thought it was Maynard. My fault.
Maynard's number 11, Strauss.
It's all good, Strauss.
That's on me, guys.
You have a roster sheet right in front of you for a reason. That one's sent up the field.
For Maynard, but now has been called offside.
That was a very early offsides call.
You called a trip. No, it's not. It was up there.
So, we're hearing a lot of
some friendly banter.
If that's what you want to call it, then I guess yes. We have
I
heard
think
a lot
it's some
of that.
friendly banter. Oh, just having a good time.
Can fans get carded at soccer?
They can be kicked out, but they were looking for a handball. Didn't get it.
We're going to have to get a replay on that
West Deptford still with a chance. That was blocked. And eventually will go out in that far corner.
That'll be a throw. And here's the replay.
I don't think it was.
I don't think that was the play. Yeah. I think the handball would have been called on Bright John.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is a dangerous set piece for Sterling, and it hits the upright. Not the soccer upright, the football upright.
As Ben in the bird box says, no good.
Bird cage.
Bird cage, excuse me. I'm sorry.
You're excused.
It's on me.
It's okay. Beautiful drone shot here of the turf. Shout out to Casey Kozaneski for manning the drone. That drone has been very helpful, and it just looks very, very cool.
And I think if they had like New Jersey's game of the week for soccer, kind of like what football does for America's game of the week, this would be the game.
This has been a really entertaining game from start to finish so far.
I mean, you might not think so by the 1-0 score, but
don't let it fool you. There has been a lot of offense.
For sure, a lot of action.
Still some to come. A little after halfway unofficially.
Nice job by the Eagles to keep it in. Cross toward the middle, scooped up by Schmid. Great try by Urix, but could not get that shot through the legs of Travis Schmid.
And he just makes very smart plays. You can get aggressive on a lot of plays that he's made, but he's just, kept it cool, kept it calm, and, done his thing.
Yeah, he doesn't go out and make bad plays. He makes the best play possible. He's very smart in his game, and on top of being a phenomenal goalkeeper.
He's kept it calm, he's kept it cool, and he's also kept it collected as well.
Yes, he has. So here we go, Sterling making an offensive push here. We haven't seen much of that.
I think Sterling was looking for a tripping call as Toomey was on the ground for a bit. Cross toward the middle, Sterling with a chance. And it's a beautiful diving save by Andrew Eagle. We've talked a lot about Travis Schmid, but Eagle has made his fair share of nice defensive plays today. Beautiful diving play.
That was a phenomenal diving play, and Sterling hasn't had a lot of these offensive opportunities, and that's really one of the first ones they've had in this half. So that was a great play from Andrew Eagle, keeping himself calm, cool, and collected to make that save.
Yeah, and not only is it a phenomenal save, it's a phenomenal cross. It goes right to the Sterling player, and just a better save.
And Quentin Rosano really thought he had a goal there as we get the bird's eye view operated by Casey Kozaneski. He starts running around and throwing his hands up in the air thinking he scored, but did not get it. He got denied.
He was really looking for his second goal of this game. He's been the only goal scorer for either side today as that one scooped up by Schmid. Close to 26 minutes unofficially through this second half. Bounces it around midfield. West Deptford trying to stay with it. Sends it up the field. Working toward that near corner. Booted up the field by Collins. Nice find to Rosano, but he takes a fall. And we'll get a whistle. Take a look at it right here.
You want to come out, Nine?
Definitely a bit of a push there. Maybe a little bit of an embellish by... He got hit pretty hard, but I think...
You can't see it on the replay, but that was a really fast collision.
It definitely was. Definitely got clobbered a little bit there.
And falling on the turf definitely hurts with those.
So Toomey boots it right into the arms of Eagle. Throws it quickly. Sliding play there for Bleen, but can't really do much. He's now trying to stay with it. Nice pass up the field. Off to the races. And a pass that goes behind one of West Deptford's men. Now they have a chance, and they're going to be offsides. West Deptford starting to get really frustrated with the amount of offside calls that they have collected.
Definitely just a little bit offsides. With Connor's logic in the booth here.
And it looks like it might have been a card. Not really sure who. Not really sure on who. We apologize for not really knowing what just happened there. Do you guys know what just happened?
No.
Connor? No? All right, well,
Take
we're gonna
another look at
So
it.
that was definitely an offsides there. I think using Connor's logic, the ball definitely wasn't left the foot, and the guy was a bit above the defender. But when it comes to the card, I didn't see anything wrong.
It might have been, I don't know who could have been on, but do you think because of the frustrations West Deptford has had, do you think a player might have gotten a little vocal with the referees?
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's one of the only things it could be a little of the. Well, I think that's what I think the ref was going to the bench there just to explain what just happened, but at the same time.
I mean, I did see a couple I did see a player go off the field as.
He might have only had to come out for a second and then he could come right back in.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Either way,
we're back.
Nothing really came from it. So
back to soccer.
West Deptford with possession. That's skied up in the air by Bleem. Being juggled around. West Deptford able to stay with position and a fall, but no call. And there we go. They let that one play out a bit more.
Yeah, and that's a good job of the ref by using the challenge. There's a foul there, but West Deptford has the ball, so instead of blowing the whistle right away, they let West Deptford play it out, and then they assess the foul. Right side of your screen, it's just a shove, and yeah. But on a play like that, the ref is going to let it play out because West Deptford has the ball, and then they're going to assess the foul.
So West Deptford back with possession. Nice job by Sterling to kind of put a little bit of pressure on him. Working toward the near side is Urix. Cross toward the middle. Sterling able to get it away, just trying to clear it out of the box. Sterling might have looked for a handball there, didn't get it. Cleared out toward the midfield.
I think it did get a little bit of his hand there, so I'm going to agree with Sterling on that one.
Unofficially 10 minutes remaining here in the second half. Sterling with a 1-0 lead, just trying to hang on. And trying to give West Deptford their first loss of the year. Again, West Deptford coming in at 5-0.
Brighton normally playing defense is now on the offensive side of the ball there. Tries to challenge West Deptford's defense just a little bit.
Sent upfield by Camardo.
Speed.
Not able to keep it in.
Just barely didn't get it in there. I think it definitely did go back out of bounds after the whistle was called.
So it'll be a West Deptford throw-in. You should see, I think, a lot of these guys getting tired here.
Yeah, West Deptford hasn't made many subs this game. Sterling's kept like fresh legs out there, but it feels like West Deptford has stayed with a lot of the same players. That fatigue is definitely going to start hitting them, especially with how fast-paced Sterling plays.
It's also 75 is a little bit on the hotter side today. A little hotter than it was back when we went against Haddonfield on Monday. It was a little bit gloomier and the sun wasn't shining as much.
And in my opinion, that was better weather. I love the cold. If you guys remember the first game we did for Sterling this year, it was so hot out that they had water breaks every 20 minutes.
Ooh, and a nice shot goes off the hands of Eagle and then cleared away to the opposite side.
Sterling definitely getting some pressure here, starting to amp up the offense just a little bit, trying to get in that insurance goal to hopefully secure that win.
Take a look at it one more time. A very big opportunity, a beautiful shot, just goes right off the hands of Eagle. We'll now see Toomey throw it in from the far side. Big opportunity here for the Knights. Off the head of CUNY, bouncing around. Sterling looking for a shot, and just a bit too much power on it. Goes through the
uprights.
Goes through the uprights, yes.
And it's good.
It's 3 on the board for Sterling.
Oh, I
playing
wish.
American football.
Unfortunately, we aren't.
just a great attempt by Jason Camargo, but just a little too much power. Happens. It's a nice shot through the uprights, though.
West Deptford, nice pass, working out toward the Knight logo. Sent up field. West Deptford on the far side, working against two Sterling defenders. Again, time unofficial, about 7.5 minutes left in this ball game. Takes a fall, looking for a whistle, and they won't get it.
So
no call.
If that wasn't in the 18, I think they would have made a call there. But since it's in the 18, any foul that they call has to be a penalty kick.
West Deptford with a corner. Trying to tie it up. Nice job by Schmid to swat it away. Juggled and out of bounds. A big chance for West Deptford, and they could not capitalize.
So yeah, going back to that, what could have been a foul, I think if they were outside of the 18, outside of the box, then it would have been a foul. But if they did call a foul there, then it would have had to be a penalty kick for West Deptford, and I don't think that foul was enough to be a penalty kick.
So we have a sub here. Brett Bell is getting taken off for Quentin Rosano, who did score the first and lone goal of this game.
Yes. Ball being juggled around. About 6 minutes unofficially left in this game.
Game definitely getting a little antsier now from both sides. I mean, it's been a little bit more physical from both sides. I think people are tired, and I think, you know, the emotions are reaching high for West Deptford, looking to equalize this game.
Sent up field for CUNY. Working against Garcia. Garcia able to take it away, clears it up.
Again, another one that would have been a foul if it wasn't in the 18, I think. You really have to foul someone.
We'll take a look at it one more time.
There was not enough contact there, I don't think. It looked like there was a lot of contact in live action. On the replay, there was not much contact.
So West Deptford with the throw-in. That one's set up and out of play. Again, time unofficial, about 5 minutes remaining. So that one goes out again. Another Sterling throw in here for Toomey. He'll just take his time. Toomey, he's got quite a throw. Like a cannon. Bounced around and cleared away by West Deptford. Goes back to Toomey. And according to Mr. K, Toomey, he played baseball for him when he was very young. He had one heck of a swing. Nice sliding tackle. West Deptford still with it. And eventually cleared away by Ortiz as it goes out of bounds.
And I think they're going to award that one to Sterling, as we're going to get another look from the bird box.
It's not a bird box.
The bird cage. I'm sorry. It's on me.
Dan, are you locked in right now?
I'm a little tired. Today was a long day of school.
When
we still got to hit the gym.
When we still got about 5 minutes left in this game, you have to be locked in. It's 1-0.
I apologize. I'm as locked in as I can be right now.
Booted on a line out to Toomey. Send up field. Gets away. West Deptford looking for space. Moving toward the corner. A nice pass. Moving toward the middle. Here's a shot. Deflected around. And Schmid will fall on top of it. And a beautiful play there by Travis Schmid, able to track the ball and land on top of it.
Definitely a great shot block by Jesus Blanco, but even a better reaction save by Travis Schmid. I mean, a goalie can get caught in the mud right there and not make the play that they need to, but just a great play by Travis.
And a whistle right there. That'll go against number 12 of West Deptford, Ryan CUNY. And it was Quentin Rosano on the fall. We'll take a look at it one more time.
Definitely just blatant contact right there from Ryan Cuny.
And I think I think what Sterling wants to do here, obviously they want a goal, but they want to make sure that they're in their zone for a long time.
Booted upfield. Nice find to Toomey. Toomey with it, working against 2 West Deptford defenders. Cross and a shot. That went out of play. Quick roll in. West Deptford getting it back, getting possession as quick as they can.
Unofficially 2 minutes left on the clock, but definitely in an unofficial time.
Gonna have to up the pace a little bit. It'll be a Sterling throw-in.
And that's great pressure by Quentin Rosano there, just to keep the pressure on the West Deptford defender and force him to knock that ball out of bounds, and now it's Sterling possession.
And now they have the opportunity to take as much time as they need to.
Of course, no extra time in high school soccer, so.
So again, Sterling on top of West Deptford 1-0, trying to beat West Deptford. West Deptford, an undefeated ball club coming into this game. So a win for the Knights would give West Deptford their first loss.
Quentin Rosano playing great defense right now with less than a minute left, unofficially.
Hey, there we go. Of course, there are some stoppages.
Short throw in by Toomey, and a whistle.
Definitely starting to get a little physical towards the end of this game. West Deptford's really just trying to get this ball back as we watch the replay. Really just took down Connor Meaner there, who's been a big part of the Sterling offense. You know, he's been the real speedster of this team.
Yeah, you've been able to see their frustration building up this half. Now here, I think West Deptford's going to send everybody up as soon as they get it back in Sterling's offensive zone. So Sterling's going to have to do a really good job on defense here of tightening up.
Less than a minute to go unofficially.
This could very much be the last drive of the game for West Deptford.
Sent up the field. Offensive pressure gets by Schmid. And the shot misses. Goes out of play, and Sterling catches a huge break.
Almost too close there as Travis Schmid really does come off his line there. Almost leaves the goal completely unguarded, as this is going to be, I think, a corner kick awarded to West Deptford here.
Might as well be the last opportunity they get. Bounced around. Juggled. Still in the box. A shot. Misses. And Sterling will hype up the crowd. And that is the ball game. Sterling comes in and takes down the undefeated West Deptford Eagles. As we look at the final play. Juggled around. West Deptford with a chance to get their final shot off and just misses it wide to the right. What a win for the Sterling Knights. They beat the undefeated West Deptford Eagles 1-0. West Deptford will fall to 5-1.
And definitely just a big game for Sterling there. That's a big momentum game. Brings up their record to 4-2. They had a few losses earlier in the season, but a phenomenal performance from Travis Schmid, really projecting them to this win.
Yeah, and he really deserved the shutout in that match. He played phenomenal.
And we'll take a look at the goal that gave Sterling their 1-0 win.
And it's surprising that this goal came so early during the game. This was in like the first 15 minutes of the game, and it's just really impressive that Sterling was able to keep that, lead and not let West Deptford equalize.
It was a great setup by Maynor and a great finish by Quentin Rosano. What a way to end this game. What a way to start it as well. The Sterling Knights take down the Eagles 1-0. Post-game show to follow. We'll be right back.
Where's your ID?
Wait a minute. Put that one down.
You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
Where were you? You were supposed to meet me at my locker.
I had to get my books.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying! You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands! There it is! My God! Holy moly! Magnum! It's beautiful.
Moral of the story, always be nice. Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
Wait, you haven't heard the rumors about the hallway predator?
Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary. Who even is this dude?
Don't linger in the hallways.
Go up to him and call him dumb and useless.
Bet, I will.
Yeah, you better.
Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Sterling with an upset over the West Deptford Eagles, 1-0. Currently waiting for the post-game show as Marlies talks to his fellow Knights. We'll be back in just a moment with Jules and the post-game show.
Hey man, are you okay? No man, this dude keeps bullying me.
Here, try this out.
What is it?
This is stop it. You can report people that bully.
Thank you, man.
Hey dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah man, I spent all night studying on my computer.
Alright guys, the test is in your laptop.
Alright, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer. Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry dude.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Strong with a 1-0 win over West Deptford. And we're going to send it over to Kevin Jules for the postgame show.
And we're down here with one of our stars of the game. First, we're going to talk to Max Bleem. Wow, your thoughts on just a big win today?
I mean, that was huge for the conference race. A loss there would have put us far behind, but now we're in pretty much a 4-team race with the two Haddons and these guys. But that was a huge win for us to come up with. So, yeah, very thankful for that.
Yeah, definitely. You can see, and again, you're a starter, a 2-year starter. Even though you're junior, one of the leaders back there. Can you, as a player, does it seem like your team has grown this week, has really started to mature and feel good about themselves and what they can do?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like we are clicking a lot more. We're defending as a whole, and we're getting up and attacking as a whole. Early in the season, we played to our strikers. They'd lose the ball, and they'd come right at us, and we couldn't defend it. But I feel like we're dropping back more. We're getting closer, and we're just becoming a lot better of a defensive team, and we're taking advantage of our opportunities when they're there.
So definitely you're learning from a lot of mistakes earlier in the season from a younger team that's out there playing.
Absolutely.
Well, great job, Max. Thanks for coming on with us, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. And we're going to have Anthony Garcia. Good job today. No coincidence that we have 4 defenders here.
Right, yeah.
Defense, and we heard Coach talking, was a big part of this win. Talk about what you guys were able to do.
Well, yeah, we were supposed to do our job with 3 in the back and sometimes 4, depending on the formation and how the West Deptford team attacked us and all. But we held up good, and like Coach said, just stayed tight and stayed together, and that's how we put them in our pocket, you know.
And you talk about adjusting the different formations and basically reacting to what's in front of you. Is there a lot of communication involved with what you guys were able to do today with the defensive effort?
Oh, yeah, definitely, because more people in the back, that means less people in the middle, and, you know, we just all had to communicate as a team and all do it together.
You did a great job, Anthony, man. Thanks for coming on with us, and best of luck the rest of the way, pal.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. And we have another defender, Dean Collins. Great job today. We talked to these guys about the communication, but talk about what it's like in a game where Coach even said they probably had more of the attack time than you guys, a lot of pressure on the defense. What are some things individually you felt you were able to do to cut down some of their forwards?
Yeah, I trust on my center backs a lot. You know, we have a big team chem, so me stepping to the ball, I know, Anthony have me in my back, so just step, contain, keep him in front of me, and yeah, don't let him turn. And
this is correct me if I'm wrong, your first year as a varsity starter. Obviously you played JV, you didn't get a lot of time varsity last year. What's the difference playing at the varsity level than the JV level?
It's a lot more energy, a lot of physicality, quicker. So taking the step is pretty hard, but, I got my boys help me.
What do you think individually you've gotten better at as we've progressed through the season?
Definitely my mentality. I've been, trying to play my hardest, even if I get tired, so put it all out in the field.
You find yourself, sometimes if you're new to a different level, you might be a little bit laid back. Do you find yourself in more of an attacking mood? Are you more aggressive now than you might not have been early in the season?
Yeah, the first game, I was a little scared. Haddon Heights, big game. But yeah, the second game against Vineland, we played pretty well. I felt strong on the ball, built my confidence up, and from then, right here.
Well, Dean, you guys really played confident as a defensive unit, as a team. Great job today, and thanks for coming on with us, pal. Okay. And we have, last but not least, Anthony Garcia. I think you were one of the goal scorers in the last. I'm sorry. One of the goal scorers in the last game. Was that you?
No, that was Bray John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Wow, what an effort. Now, did West Deptford do a lot of things? Obviously, you scout them. You guys look at films. You know about them. Did they do a lot of things in this game that you expected?
I mean, yeah, we knew they had a lot of technical players and the players out wide. We knew that we just had to lock in defensively and have the right mentality to be more physical and play the way we know how to play.
Now, Coach said they had, obviously, we saw they had a lot of attack time, but had the ball a little, outside the 18, but it seemed like when they got in close, that's when you guys really bared down. Is that something you work on in practice and something you've really, worked on game by game this year?
Yeah, I feel like the chemistry in the back line is there. I feel like we know when to step in now, and we can read each other's body movements. So if someone gets beat, then the other one's there to clean it up. It's we're a family here at Sterling, so that's how it is.
And I talked to one of the other guys about the communication part of it. Is that something that's gotten better as you guys have played together?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, me, Max, Bright, Dean, I've been playing for a long time, and we're all friends, really close. And Anthony Garcia, since I was a freshman, we've been close. So I feel like the communication's always been there, and we just get to show it now this year.
Anthony, great job today. Thanks for coming on with us, pal. Okay. Coach, I could tell by the post-game speech that you're always proud of your team after win. You're really proud of what you guys did today. Talk about your feelings about this win.
Yeah, this was a tough week. You look at the schedule when it comes out and you see
you see Haddonfield, West Deptford, and we knew what both of those teams were going to be this year in terms of talent, and we were coming off a tough loss, and you don't know how your team's going to respond, especially a young team. So to respond the way they did this week, absolutely proud. And this was not an easy game at all. This game was about as hard as it gets to get a result, and they showed a lot of character. So I was proud.
Yeah. And obviously, with a younger team, usually they're the teams that they have they improve the most. Are you surprised at how quickly your team has gotten it and improved and gotten to this point where they're beating a couple of really big teams in conference?
No, I'm not. Yeah. So, I think a lot of people thought that we would be in a true rebuild, graduating 18 seniors, which is what we did. Guys who had been the core of the program for a while. So I think a lot of teams thought that we were going to be in a rebuild. I thought we were reloading. And, I think that's what this program is right now, where there's no rebuilds. There's no off years. We're going to compete every single year. And these young guys in particular, I think took a little offense to any kind of notion that this was going to be a down year. It was just now their time and they were going to step up, and they've done that.
And you felt that way, big team. Is there something you saw like in preseason practice that said to yourself, these guys are going to pick it up pretty quickly with the younger guys?
I actually saw that last year. Yeah, to be honest with you, I've seen these guys. I remember training these guys when they were in third grade in a gym in Voorhees with carpet. I've been around these guys for a while. And, in particular, last year when a group of 5 or 6 of them, now juniors, came up and I got a chance to sort of see them compete and see their reactions to difficult situations. And I could tell right then that they were the type of group that was going to be able to give an effort like this. Even though last year they really weren't on the field to make a difference, but you could see in the minutes and you could see, like I said, in the reaction, there'd be losses where they didn't play much at all, but you could sense that they were competitors and they wanted to be out there and they were, they were going to be able to do this. So.
You talk about what these guys are doing, from what you just said, and the thing you mentioned in your post-game speech was toughness. Does that speak to the culture you're building here in this program?
Yeah, so high school soccer, it's not always a pretty game like you may see on TV or even you may see at the high school age club level. It's just not that way, and players who are unwilling to do the hard things, to head a soccer ball, to have somebody crash it. If you're not willing to do that, you're going to be hurting your team. And some guys are willing to do it. They're willing to sacrifice their bodies, and some guys aren't. And, we have those conversations, and, we work a lot of stuff out in the preseason where, we look and we say, this is the way you approach that situation. And ultimately, this is a 50-50 situation where, the other guy went into it harder. He came out with the ball, and then they got a chance from it. So, you have to be able to do it, or honestly, you just can't be on our field.
Right. Yeah. All about the team and doing team things for the team.
Yep, absolutely. You have to.
Coach, thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks.
And best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay. And we'll take it up to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Jules. Amazing post-game show. As always, a great Sterling win as they take down the West Deptford Eagles 1-0, improving their record to 4-2 on the year. West Deptford going to 5-1. But that will do it here on Sterling Channel 19. I'm Brian McLernan. Thanks for joining us. Joined by Danny Leakin and Connor Strauss up here in the booth. And again, thank you so much for joining us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLernan saying so long from the Castle.